John William Tyson was born on a small farm in Mound City, Missouri. 4 years later, his family moved to Olathe, Kansas. John would haul hay from his family farm and would return with a load of fruit. Once the fruit season ended, he hauled chickens. But once the Great Depression hit, John moved his family to Arkansas, looking for better opportunities. This modest start laid the foundation for a future Fortune 100 company.
Granddad was broke coming out of the Depression, and he actually left Kansas City, or the Olathe, Kansas area, was actually headed to Fort Smith, Arkansas. Stopped here with his truck and saw an activity going on in northwest Arkansas, which was the produce activity. Started using his truck to haul produce locally and around the northwest Arkansas and a little bit further. The problem with the produce is it's only 6 months out of the year. So he had a truck, had a family, had to feed for 12 months out of the year, and he noticed there was a growing poultry industry in northwest Arkansas. And at that time, it was mostly live birds. Nobody was processing birds at the time. So Granddad bought a load of chickens for X dollars here, took them to Chicago, sold them for $235, and sent the rest of the money back to buy another load of chickens. So my grandfather was simply trying to feed his family. There was no grand plan. There was no grand ideal. It was, I got a truck, I'm coming out of the Depression, and I've got a family to feed.
Obstacles presented unique solutions and new business growth for John. When a supplier could not keep up with his need for baby chicks, John bought an incubator to hatch them himself. Soon, he began to sell chicks to growers. After realizing the critical need for feed, he became a commercial feed dealer for Ralston Purina. World War II increased the demand for poultry because chicken was excluded from food ration stamp restrictions. John bought 40 acres next to US 71 in Springdale in 1943 and then purchased a few small broiler houses. In 1945, he transitioned to New Hampshire Red Christy chickens, a meteor bird. With each new venture, John diversified and grew his business.
When you look around, you can see some of his comments, on one of our feed bags. It's one of the original, because back then you did bulk feed, 10-pound bags, 50-pound bags. There's a feed sack, there's no substitute for quality. So if there's a question about what you should do, make sure there's quality. And, if you can do it better that day.
In 1947, Tyson Feed and Hatchery was incorporated, providing chicks, feed, and trucking services for local poultry farms. Tyson located the company in downtown Springdale. By the late 1940s, the poultry market changed with the invention of refrigerated trucks and more efficient production methods. In the 1950s and 1960s, poultry prices fluctuated and competition got tougher. To grow the company, Tyson bought out local competitors and strengthened his vertical integration model. In 1963, Tyson changed the company's name to Tyson Foods Incorporated and took it public through an initial stock offering of 100,000 shares at $10.50 each. The company expanded its product line with turkeys, Cornish hens, and eggs. That set the stage for flexibility, change, and growth, a strategy that stays with the company today.
If you go back to how Granddad started, it was solving a problem. And I would say every decision after that by the different management teams led by my father and then led by me is a set of activities to solve a problem to take care of our consumers. So back there it was consumers of produce or chicken, but to take care of the family. And I would say that frames the thought about how can we take a set of activities and go solve a situation for somebody else. And if we do it the right way, then we're rewarded for it.